Verse number 6, Valley Stream had to win in the play-in on Sunday night to earn their spot here in the quarterfinal, and they did so in pretty dominating fashion, Kevin. A 7-2 win over Wantagh, in which James Steinberg had 6 points, 3 goals, 3 assists, and their netminder Pat Donahue putting up 30 saves in that one.
I mean, that's just ridiculous production from 2 players. And listen, when it comes down to playoffs, every time you have a good goaltender and one guy on the team that can take over a game all by himself, that's a recipe to win. That's a recipe to go on a run. It's kind of similar to how I thought of Northport Huntington over in Suffolk. And, well, look at what they just did to East Islip. It was a absolute rout yesterday, so you might be able to get the same thing here. But the other thing I would mention about that game is Northport Huntington were so dominant because the entire team showed up. So at the end of the day, it's going to be about whose first through third and fourth line comes ready to play, the defensive blue line as well. You really want to see everyone get their best games as soon as the playoffs run around.
And that's kind of what we've seen from the home side really a lot this season. Manhasset is that top-to-bottom depth. They may not light up the scoreboard a whole lot, but they do know how to defend well, keep the puck out of their net. The two-headed monster in the cage, Sylvia and Ruz, they both can make big saves when their team needs them. And from top to bottom, as mentioned, you never really know who's going to score the goal. And sometimes that's the best way it goes. You're not relying on just one guy. You know, first line to fourth line, someone's going to put the puck in the net for you that night. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I would actually prefer a team like that in the playoffs if I could build my own roster, because when you get a 1-goal lead and you have a goalie that can lock things down and you have lines that can just go out there and out there and out there, red line dump in, hard on the forecheck, don't give anything easy in your defensive zone, that's frustrating. That's infuriating to play against. And you make one mistake and all of a sudden a puck is in the back of your net. That's really, really hard to play against, especially if you're a less experienced team in the playoffs. So Manhasset, they can fall back on that. They can find their legs in this game and run away with it if they find an early lead.
And Manhasset, again, they were battle-tested. They come from Varsity Conference 2 last season where they went 15-0-1. They played in that play-in round last year. They won. They came into the quarterfinals. They won. Made it to the semis against Belmore Merrick. They fell 4-2. And I know that the team on the home bench tonight really believe in themselves, and they really believe that they can be the NYIHSHL champions. But I also know on the guest bench, the Valley Stream Storm, they want to be the Storm tonight to stop Manhasset right in their tracks and book their ticket into the semifinal. And Kev, warm-ups are done. We're not doing the anthem here. We're getting right into the hockey.
I mean, we came here to watch hockey, so why not? Puck underway with 15 minutes in the first period. Expect everything to be tight.
And both sides jostling for possession in the early going here. It's Sora Makos who swings it back, and now a D-to-D pass. Quick touch up. Sylvia across for Ari Sawitz. Sawitz to the middle. Sora Makos, quick shot, turned aside. Pat Donahue in the cage once again for Valley Stream. That shot from the point goes wide. Wong puts it into the corner. Down low, quick one-touch shot. Save made. Donahue on Sora Makos. And Manhasset pressuring early through the first 30 seconds. And just like that, they're going to get a new fresh forward line out there as well, Kevin.
Travis, one thing that I remember you and your good friend Brendan Perrone last year talked a lot about is goalies making that first save and getting into the game early and feeling comfortable early. Well, Donahue, with a fairly easy stop right there, at least he made it look easy, so now he's getting his legs underneath him.
And Frank Avila, he was a key piece in that game against WSP on Sunday night on the back end for the Storm. Flipped ahead and now off on the forecheck as F1 is Jack Duran. Dylan Ruz in the cage tonight for Manhasset, as Callum Murray looking to stretch the ice, didn't find the tape of Dylan Grebin. Back ahead Steinberg, he's pinched against the wall, slowed up, and back comes Wong. Jaden Wong over the blue. Continues with possession, puts it off the post. Not the best angle, but just trying to get pucks to the net early here, Manhasset. As Kim shovels it back down the boards. Murray circles up and then cycles it around. Frank Avila trying to get a stick on it. Weston meets him. And now he's crunched against the wall by Grebin.
Yeah, just everything around the perimeter right now for Valley Stream, that's what you want, but an icing there, not exactly ideal, as you had some room to break out on the right side of things. 13:31 to play in the first period, and still nothing really doing on the offensive end for either side.
And Manhasset coming right back out with the Sylvia Sawitz Sora Makos line. Valley Stream get some fresh bodies out there as well. We're going to be seeing a lot of Steinberg and Duran in this one for sure. Kim from the point, pad save, rebound, still loose. Sylvia couldn't get the stick on it. Sewanhaka squeaks through 2 defenders. From the point, gets it over to Theo Baltic, and a glove save for Pat Donahue at 13-17 here in the first period.
I mean, Trav, there's a reason that we're seeing this line get a couple of shifts early on in the game, because all of them have 13 goals on this season. That's a lot of balanced scoring. You're not relying on one disher, and also tells me that all of them are willing to go out in front of the net and look for some of those tips and some of those rebounds.
As that puck gets flipped out of play, and I mean, you look at Jake Sylvia, he's one of the biggest guys in the league for sure. Centers this line. Sewanhaka has shown a ton of skill, as has Ari Sawitz. It's one back for Sewanhaka, who's rolled up on him and hits the glass with a wrist shot. Kim puts it back low for Sylvia. Sylvia trying to roll the circle here. Spins it out for Sewanhaka. It's a little 2-on-1, but Sewanhaka's fanned. Back for Kim. Blocker save for Pat Donahue. Baltic knocks it down, couldn't keep the zone. Chipped in by Sylvia. Plays it out front, that one blocked. Nick Bone wraps it up the boards. Manhasset keep the Storm hemmed in here. Up the wall for Valletta. It gets out for Vallaro. Valletta touches it back to him. Vallaro puts it deep. Sewanhaka stops it with the skate. A lot of pressure on Chris Sewanhaka right now. He just clears the zone. And we'll head off for a change. Manhasset get a fresh 5 out there.
Looking at Sewanhaka, it's 2.42 points per game. Leads the entire team, and by a fairly hefty margin. Obviously, a lot of these guys, they play travel, Travis, and they're not always going to be here, but come playoff time, these benches are going to be packed the entire time.
Yeah, they certainly are for both sides tonight, as a takeaway by Zoles. Zoles walks into Steinberg, shovels it wide. And I think that's going to be the matchup that we're going to try to keep an eye out for tonight. Is I think Valley Stream's going to try to keep that Steinberg line away from the Sylvia line in order to try to create some more offense here in this one. As Steinberg moves it ahead for Duran, he takes a big check there from Drozis. Steinberg scoops the puck and toe drags in, but it's poked away from him. Zoll settles it down, dumps the puck in deep. Wong will slide it over, but it's split Halpern and his partner Mondiello. Halpern circles back and gets it to Wong. Wong almost overhandled that one. Duran was right there, but couldn't force the takeaway completely. Chipped ahead, and it's Adelman. Adelman's shot got through the legs of Rush. Not easy for Donahue, but he got a touch with the blocker.
Yeah, that was a really dangerous shot. It's one of those ones where you get frustrated as a goalie that there's no block.
Adelman with the one-timer off the pass from McIntyre. Another save for Donahue. That one deflected over the net. Manhasset doing a great job here in the first 4 minutes offensively of trying to test Donahue. Valley Stream, no pun intended, trying to weather the storm here.
I mean, that's exactly what it is, Travis. And Manhasset, they're getting this offense.
Captain Adelman, slap shot goes wide. As he forced that turnover there, we get a stoppage.
I was going to say they're getting this offense because they're taking the ice that they're winning. They're not trying to make any hero plays. When they get pucks to the blue line, the pucks go on the net right after that, looking for tips and deflections out in front. That's exactly what you want to be doing early on, and it looks like we're going to be getting a penalty.
Manhasset.
Yeah.
There were 6 skaters out there for Valley Stream. I didn't happen to catch it.
I didn't either.
Doesn't matter if we don't catch it. If our officials catch it, that's what does matter.
Hey, listen, it's been a long time since I've put on skates, so it's a good thing I'm not out there.
So Manhasset goes on the power play here in the first period. 10:31 to go in the opening frame. I want to thank you all for joining us tonight on LISN. It's one back to Kim. Kim over to Sewanhaka. He's going to walk in, seam pass. Sylvia out front setting the screen. Kim down the flank. Baltic around for Ari Sawitz in the corner. Sawitz back for Baltic. They're setting up behind the net here. Now up top, Sewanhaka has Kim to his left, rolls back down the boards for Sawitz. Sawitz trying to go through the seam for Baltic. He's gonna have to collect this one off the boards. Up for Kim, quick back down low as Steinberg was all over it. Sawitz collects. Sawitz to the point. Sewanhaka trying to return it to him. Broken up Steinberg, and the puck is cleared 200 feet.
I love the battle in front of the net from Sylvia. just the entire time he was there. It's almost like he was playing two positions, Travis, because he was creating that net front presence, but he's also dropping back to the bumper. So he's dangerous from two different areas.
Sewanhaka drops it back. Steinberg pokes it away. Kim trying to keep it, but it's taken by Duran. One-on-one Duran cuts through the middle, but can't get a shot through. We'll put it back down low. Jaden Wong, 50 seconds left on the too many men on the ice penalty to Valley Stream. It's Wong. Over, dangles through. Wong, shot, save! That would have been a beauty. Wong gets it back from Ari Sawitz. He'll roll to the middle of the ice. Leaves it for Soramakos. Gets it right back. Jaden Wong taking it to the cage. Save by Donahue, who takes the whistle. Exactly 9 minutes to go in the first. 29 seconds left on the power play.
I mean, you can tell that Wong is feeling the ice well already tonight. You don't necessarily want to see hero plays, but that wasn't a hero play from Wong. He knew exactly what he was doing and saw the angle to attack the front of the net.
Smooth skating there as Murray pulls it out of the pile, gets it back for Wong. He'll roll to the middle of the ice and float it towards the net, but it hits a shin pad. Murray got a piece that'll stay in the zone with Mondiello. Mondiello, little head fake, trying to avoid Villaro, puts it to the corner, rolled back up to the point for Weston. Grebin to the slot, Murray, pad save. Mondiello gets the rebound. Up for Weston. Weston goes D to D. Jaden Wong walking it down Stewart Ave. He scores! Jaden Wong! Just as the power play expires, it's 1-0 for Manhasset.
I mean, listen, the way that he was playing that shift, it almost felt like it was a certainty that Wong was going to get the goal. Set up so well by his team. That's so much ice space to work with for Wong, and a wrister with a great presence out in front. Look at his two teammates providing just a little bit of pressure on Donahue. Most of the work done from Murray, number 96, and that's what allows Wong to just walk in there and be a sharpshooter.
Jaden Wong with his first goal of the playoffs. He had 2 goals, 9 points in the regular season as Donahue will make that stop there and take the whistle. 1-0 lead for Manhasset, 8:17 to go in the first period. Big time goal right there for Jaden Wong.
And as much as I understand that a 2-goal deficit is not an impossibility to come back from, but Valley Stream, they have to be very focused on not going there because Manhasset is just so good at locking things down. And considering the fact that they've only faced 1 shot on goal so far, Valley Stream, they definitely have to get going sooner rather than later.
Yeah, Manhasset definitely leading in the shot category right now. Jaden Wong with the goal, assisted by Grebin and Weston. Valley Stream control the faceoff. The pass back to Rush, though, is picked off by Cho, who will flip it down the sheet. Nick Bone collects, puts it off the wall, not out of the zone. Malios keeps it in. Second try, Villaro clears. Icing already waved off, and Malios will go back to collect it. He'll stop up, trying to avoid Villaro. Stick lift, and a pass to the slot taken away. Hunter Rush back to collect. And again, that goal from Wong came just as the penalty expired. So close to being on the power play. There's almost a big turnover forced there.
Counts all the same, though, Trav. Power play or not, still a 1-0 lead.
100%. As I said in the pregame, you never know who's going to score for Manhasset, but you know someone's going to find the back of the net. As Adelman put that to the cage, Donahue kicked it away. Frank Avila trying to play a soft chip around Adelman. He slows him up. Poked away. It's with McIntyre now. McIntyre trying to avoid Frank Avila. Get some help from Adelman, who will take the biscuit.
I think McIntyre's a foot taller than everyone else on the ice.
And him and Sylvie are just 2 oaks.
I mean, that's just unfair. I like to make the joke that Long Island water prevents people from growing, but clearly not for McIntyre.
That one comes down, and Valley Stream are close again to almost being called with too many there. Good thing they didn't touch that puck up. McIntyre plays the body, forces a turnover out front. Good pass from Tumbekis, and Adelman is denied by Donahue.
Those are some of the hardest saves to make if you're a goalie when it comes from right beneath you out in front. You got to have eyes in the back of your head to make that stop.
Left of Donahue for the draw. Sewanhaka controls it. Plays it towards the net, kicked away. Kept in though by Manhasset. Just relentless pressure here as Sawitz puts it into the glove of Donahue.
That's one of those unforgivable when you make a turnover in your own defensive end. They're really lucky that that didn't go into the back of the net because all of a sudden Manhasset had a 3-on-2 and numbers down low.
And they're just hounding the puck at all points of the ice. As a saucer pass ahead for Zoles, it's a foot race, and Dylan Ruz is gonna come way out and play it to neutral ice. Chipped ahead by Sylvia. Now it's Sewanhaka. Chris Sewanhaka looking to the slot, broken up by Zoles.
I understand Valley Stream didn't get a shot off that rush, but they looked dangerous for about a second. You get a puck luck right there, and you can get a goal.
Wong kept it in. Sewanhaka tried a drop pass, but Sawitz couldn't collect. Out comes Duran. Mondiello plays the body. Duran avoids it. Steinberg for Zoles, broken up by Jaden Wong. He's had a good first period here for Manhasset. As Hunter Rush trying to keep it, taken away by Sylvia. Numbers for him to Sewanhaka. What a save by Donahue. Got it with the pad. Jaden Wong, slap shot. That's deflected down. Sewanhaka.
Oh, touch with a high stick, though, so it wouldn't have counted anyways.
Steinberg, pardon me, is going to chip this one out. Duran getting after it. Icing called on Valley Stream.
That was a close call right there, but I do agree with the linesman on it. Stings a little bit if you're Valley Stream because it looks like you're going to get a good offensive shift with Duran getting there quickly. Instead, it's right back into your own end. And I feel like this is where Manhasset has done most of their best work is on these ozone draws.
For sure. And that's one that would sting a lot more if this was college rules and you couldn't change on the icing.
Oh, yes.
Since you can change on the icing, doesn't sting as badly, and especially now that you won the defensive zone draw and cleared. And force a turnover, but let on the backhand save Ruz. That's what you needed if you were the Storm right there.
Yep. Took the words right out of my mouth, Travis.
Volaro looking to regroup, but it's going to be taken away. Murray chips it low. Save Donahue on Grebin. Puts it back across the paint, but nobody there to tap it home. Weston stole it at neutral ice, but Volaro trailing the play, scoops it up, and his pass is taken back by Manhasset. Weston to Grebin. As Murray took a hit. Grebin crunched against the boards by Lawler. Murray in there trying to take the puck, lost it in his skates. His shot gets blocked, continues to battle, knocked to the ice by Jack Lawler. Puck underneath Murray. Comes up the boards, it's Theo Baltic. Puts it towards the net. Rush got a touch on it, and Balletta will clear. 4:05 left here in the first period.
I'm glad Steinberg is getting a shift right here because the ice is starting to open up, but just as you say that, down but no icing, so important that Valley Stream can get in on the forecheck.
Baltic with a quick wrap though to Druzis, who was waiting for it at the red line. He'll quickly dump it in. And look at that, Halpern first to the puck, buzzing into the zone. Took a check which knocked it loose, and it's flipped out. But right back in comes Kim, and a glove save for Donahue. He'll be forced to hold it once again.
Valley Stream had a couple of rushes in the last 2 or so minutes. Got their second shot on net as well. It was a quality look, but still Manhasset leading 10-2 in that department. And obviously the goal from Wong, just as the power play was expiring, is still a difference maker here in the first 15.
Manhasset control another one in the offensive zone. Kev, like you said, they've had a lot of success on the faceoffs. As that one's dumped down, and another icing coming.
And a little unfortunate that you get Steinberg on the ice and all of a sudden the ice closes down, but that might be a calculated thing right there from Manhasset to make sure as soon as he's on that there is no open ice.
I think it's just the way that they play. It's the way that they've played all season long.
Yeah.
They play a really stingy style. They shut you down. They hound the puck. And we've certainly seen that through the first 12 minutes of this one as Cho puts it to the goal line. Backdoor pass, saved by Donahue.
Donahue's continued to stand tall.
Got 10 saves already here in the first period as the shots are 11-2. Steinberg takes it away, has to wait though on the laid-off side. And that allows Manhasset to take possession again. We don't keep track of possession time, but you got to figure Manhasset has at least 10 minutes of it here.
Now, that'd be the day when we get some extra hands in for the scorers table. Start tracking some Corsi as well, some plus minus on the ice.
That's when I asked the chat to help us out.
That would be beautiful. Who knows? Maybe AI can do that at some point.
Yeah, potentially. Steinberg kicks it over for Zols. His dump in comes off the skate of Tumbekis with under 2.5 remaining in the opening period. First of 2 quarterfinal games tonight, as that was a dangerous look. It ends up working out for the Indians. The Storm will reset here. Played off the boards. Chop back ahead. Adelman dishes over for McIntyre, and he'll dump it in deep. Naredu first back for Valley Stream. Tumbekis forces it off his stick, and the pass to McIntyre was sticked away by Steinberg. It goes back into the corner for Adelman. Moves it for McIntyre. Francavilla defending tight. McIntyre trying to protect the puck as Francavilla gets underneath him and will skate it out, but it's broken up by Tumbekis. McIntyre will flip it in, and Zols is back to get it. Moves it to Francavilla. Long stretch pass, hits Duran. Duran drives, cuts through. What a move, Duran, but he lost the handle. Unable to get a shot through on Ruz. That would have been one for the highlight reel if Duran could have finished. As Tumbekis will dump this in.
Whole lot of momentum as well, Travis. You got just a quality look for like that from one of your best players.
Saved by Ruz on Steinberg, as the rebound will pop out to Soramakos. Chris Soramakos couldn't get through Lawler. Good stick there. Puts it out to the red line, and it'll be taken away. Bassino driving in, hits Steinberg. Shot is blocked by Theo Baltic, and it goes out of play.
Now they're starting to feel their game going. The Storm, initially with that opportunity in front of the net, then you just follow it up with a couple more quick rushes. Now you get the offensive zone draw. This is the best stretch of hockey that they've played the entire game, and it's good that it's late into the first period because you can just start rolling that into the second all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's been a good stretch, like you said, for Valley Stream here. Manhasset get through as we enter the final minute, and they get it out immediately. Again, just their strength tonight has been at the dot as Kim swivels the hips into the zone, throws it across the corner. Soramakos collects. He'll stop up at the hash marks, hits Sylvia, one-timer. Doesn't make it to the net. Kim to Sawitz in his skates, digs it free. Sylvia was alone in the slot, couldn't get the pass to him. Valaro in to help out. Soramakos trying to keep it. A lot of pressure on, but he's able to flip it low for Sawitz. Sawitz looking for Sylvia, and it's broken up by Bone. Soramakos again, that pass taken away, and it's a foot race for it. Kim will get there. Vecino all over Kim right now, trying to one-hand it through. That's a hard check, and Valaro takes it. Glove save by Dylan Ruz with 9 seconds to go.
Yeah, I think that what that mainly does for the Storm is just allow them to get another O-zone draw, because a look from the dot is going to be better than just trying to find something in a cycle with 9.1 seconds left. So that's a smart decision right there. And hey, worst comes to worst, you get the face-off. Best opportunity, it goes in the back of the net somehow, and you're tied 1-1.
Valley Stream, they're going to want to win this one in the offensive zone. And Hassett pull it back. Baltic takes it behind the cage, but he blows a tire. Able to keep the puck pinned against the wall that doesn't allow Duran to center it. And we will end the first 15 minutes knotted up. One up for Manhasset. Off the goal from Jaden Wong and Kev. First period, what's your perspective? What do you think these two teams have brought so far to the fight?
I mean, it was exactly what we expected from Manhasset to start off, because this is a beautiful shot.
That's new.
That is new.
I wasn't even aware we were doing that.
I was excited to see it as well. Our producer, Rowan, she went to New York City today. She picked up this new thing. I forget what it's called, but you know, Travis, when you pick up a chicken, their head stays in the same position. It's like that for a camera.
That's pretty cool.
But
well,
anyways.
Again, back to your analysis.
Manhasset, they were doing exactly what we expected them to do. Just play a structured, layered form of hockey. Like you've been mentioning a lot, they were hounding pucks in the offensive end. We're not allowing rushes to get behind their defensive line. That's what we saw for, I want to say, about the first 8-10 minutes, maybe 11, if you're being generous. And then in that final kind of stretch of play, Valley Stream, they started to open things up. They started getting more shots on goal. They got some high danger opportunities as well. And ultimately, this game kind of feels even in terms of the pace of play going into the second, but you still have to realize that it's a 1-0 Manhasset lead, and they can make adjustments as well.
Shots were 12-4 in that first period. And talked about it, Pat Donahue made some big saves. You got to wonder, though, if Manhasset keeps peppering the puck at that pace, or even if they pick up the pace on shots, does that start to affect the Valley Stream netminder?
I don't think so. I think he's been fairly comfortable. Again, the one that we saw go into the back of the net was just truly dangerous. It was also an opportunity that was, while not on the power play, still a 5-on-4 on the ice, because obviously you have to skate there to get into the defensive zone. So I think it has more to do with that.
Yeah, 100%. You know, and like you said, towards the end of that first period, Valley Stream started to find their game a little bit. It's going to be important for them to continue to use that momentum as this second period starts. Again, both sides trying to find that pinballing puck. It's Sewanhaka who will take possession, backhands it in. Delayed offside, and now Ari Sawitz is F1. Frank Avila up the far side. Jaden Wong on the keep-in. Save Donahue. He'll catch it off the chest. And 18 seconds into period one. Manhasset, again, already filtering pucks to the net. And another offensive zone draw for them. Travis Quigley here on the call. Kevin Broderick joining me for color commentary. Gabe Zakuri, Sam Musnick, and Rowan Hlodick here on the crew for us this evening. Thank you all for joining us on the LI Sports Network for our first of two quarterfinal matchups. Tuesday night hockey in the New York Islanders High School Hockey League Varsity Division. Manhasset establishing their cycle once again. Hunter Rush playing the body on Sylvia. Saw what's getting in there. Jake Sylvia as the second man as well. It's chipped ahead for Steinberg out the weak side. Steinberg has Zoles through the middle, trailing Frank Avila. He'll like to just cycle it down low. Jaden Wong got to the puck first. Steinberg now pressuring him. Steinberg plays the body, centers the pass, goes through the skates of Sawitz. Turn to Zoles. He shoots. Save made by Dylan Ruz.
Again, Ruz hasn't seen the amount of opportunities that the other side has, but that's almost sometimes a bad thing because Ruz just hasn't been able to get into a flow of play, and yet it doesn't matter for him. He continues to make the saves in the rare opportunities that they come.
DDD look Mondiello, that's deflected, save made, kicks back door, that goes wide for Sewanhaka. Great chance there.
I feel like Manhasset's game is getting a little away from them. They're just trading offensive opportunities, not exactly what they want to be doing, and that opens up a door for Valley Stream to get this game tied.
This chipped into loose ice, and Duran's driving in with numbers. Duran drags, trying to shoot it, poked away by Ruz. Kept into Radu, and that shot is blocked by Mondiello. Steinberg trying to put it to the net. It'll be kept into Radu. Looking to go back for Steinberg, taken away. Callum Murray drives into the zone. Offside is going to be called.
This is where I would really love to see the Sylvia line come out and just reestablish for the rest of the team exactly where Manhasset wants to be. Forechecking on the puck, playing a controlled game. It needs to come from your top players to set the example for lines 1 through 4.
Malios D2D as Manhasset win a faceoff. They've got to be over 90% at the dot tonight. No, Kev?
It's unreal.
Having a lot of success there.
I truly believe that face-off win percentage is one of the most underrated stats in all of hockey at any level.
Bacino fires a wrister that hits the glass. Murray and Iosa come together from the point. It's shot wide.
Yeah, but obviously on Long Island, because everyone's a little cross player, they understand the value of that statistic.
Oh, yeah. Grebin trying to drive in. Poked away. Radu, good swipe at it. Manhasset quick to tag up and get back on the forecheck. And a big hit thrown right against the wall on Valaro. Leading the breakout here is Lawler. Lawler beats Malios wide. Lawler trying to take it to the net. Stuff play, save Ruz. Ruz will poke it back out. It's underneath that sea of bodies out there. Who's going to find it? Lawler trying to get a shot, and Halpern will take it away from him. Trying to stretch it out, and reading that perfectly was Nick Bone. Bone dumps it in. Ruz left it on the backhand. Maybe a miscommunication there as Malios only got to the puck in the nick of time. Murray will block that shot. Malios behind his own net. Cycles it around, and it's Byron Soramakos. Up the boards, chip middle for Grebin. Grebin trying to settle, but Francavilla got a good touch on it. And Bone puts it back in deep. Strong last minute or two for Valley Stream. Just looking to get more pucks at the net now as Francavilla fighting to keep it in. And it popped up into the Manhasset bench. We'll get a stoppage, 11:17 to go in period 2. Face-off in neutral ice.
And Travis, I want to say after the first 4 minutes of the first period, Manhasset had already built up a sizable shot lead. Here in the second so far, shots are 2-1. Still in favor of Manhasset, but that's much tighter. And if you look at, I mean, obviously we don't have the stats in front of us, but if you look at chances and shots in general, not just shots on goal, I would imagine that's dead even, if not in favor of Valley Stream.
Kim trying to slow it down, hacks it back to the middle. Cho, skate to stick, and kicks it out wide for Baltic. Baltic with a flip in right on Donahue, trying to make it tough for the netminder. But he keeps it tight, makes the stop. 10:58 to go, period number 2.
And ultimately, you know, it's just less pressure on Donahue. He'd much rather face 3 shots than face the, I want to call it 6 that came at him in the first 5 minutes of the first period.
Yeah, we talked about it. It was a 7-2 win for Valley Stream over Wantagh the other night, but it wasn't a 7-2 game. And Pat Donahue made a lot of key stops in that one, which kept Wantagh held at 2 in that contest. And again, Steinberg with 6 points. He's been held off the board so far, but a player like him, you got to think one's coming. As a drop pass for Sylvia, it's blocked by Steinberg. Duran takes a check, flips it for Steinberg, who just puts it to neutral ice.
Again, it's just not as comfortable as it was in the first period for Manhasset in the second. You have a moment right there that at the blue line, if Steinberg finds one just little juke, all of a sudden he's sprung to the other side.
Sylvia just all over this one, using his reach to poke the puck to the boards. It becomes a 2-on-2 battle up to the point. Kim trying to hack it back low. Instead, it's chipped ahead, and Duran's off to the races. Baltic trying to catch him. Duran under the triangle. Save made by Dylan Ruz. It's underneath the body of Baltic. He'll shovel it up the boards. Francavilla on the keep-in. It goes well wide. Baltic up the wall. Nothing there. Icing called on the play. Behind the net, D-zone draw controlled by Manhasset, but the Storm all over it. Couldn't take it there. Comes ahead, trying to poke that one is Wong, doesn't get through. That's center ice, and it's Halpern who takes it. Halpern over the blue line, just trying to flip it in. Hunter Rush, trying to flip it out. Hits a shin pad, and Lawler will put it off the boards. Mondiello steps up, dumps it back in. Manhasset again, quick to tag up to be onside. It's the 3 versus 6 matchup. Number 3 Manhasset, number 6 Valley Stream. 1-0 lead. First period goal from the man with the puck, Jaden Wong. He'll cut back into the offensive zone. Across for Cho. Cho shoots. Glove save for Pat Donahue.
And Donahue got every single bit of that one. No chance that he was going to let up easy save like that.
8:53 to go in the second period, and this middle frame has been very tight, Kevin. Again, not as many shots as we saw in the first period, as you mentioned. I think that's just the style of hockey we're at. It's the time of the year, playoff season.
Yeah, I doubt it's going to be another 12-4 shots on goal for Manhasset in this period. Right now, it's 4-2 on the update.
Murray floats it over. It's Wong. He'll skate down to the corner. Trying to split through. It's knifed off his stick. And ahead come the Storm. It's Zoles. Has Duran driving. Zoles with a shot that's blocked by Mondiello. What a play from the Indians defenseman there. Ahead for Murray.
I like what Wong was doing there, but maybe in retrospect was holding on to the puck for 1 second too long. That's what springs the rush. But then you got to appreciate the fact that he understood that he needs to get back. He needs to get back on the back check and make sure that that 3-on-1 is a 3-on-2. Or at least a 2-on-2.
It's a phenomenal point because he doesn't get back there. It's easily a 2-on-1, and the passing lane to Duran is wide open. Instead, he gets back, which forces Zoles to take that shot, which turns into Mondiello blocking it because he was in the lane the whole way. Out front pass. Chance there. Donahue denies it once again. From the point, Malios puts it in deep. To the slot again. Weston shoots. He scores! Peter Weston makes it 2-0 for Manhasset. 7:55 remaining in period 2.
And that's exactly what Manhasset needed. Just saying that we are still in control of this game. A 2-goal lead now. And it's nothing that crazy. It's not an insane opportunity in front of the net, but it's just enough to slide it.
Well, you'll see. Donahue never saw it.
Oh, he's completely screened.
Completely screened. Didn't see it till it was past him. That was a great job in front. I believe that was Dylan Grebin setting that screen. Peter Weston makes it 2-0 with his first of the playoffs. Had 5 in the regular season. And he doubles his side's advantage as it comes ahead for Tumbekis. 1-on-1 on rush. Tumbekis shoots, glove save. Rebound still free. And it'll be collected and turned around his own net by Bone. He'll flip it ahead over the stick of Valaro. Byron Tumbekis, quick cutback. And puts it out into center ice. Rush goes ahead. McIntyre blew a tire. Little head fake. Nice move there from Iosa. Backdoor look. Driving down the boards, and now a centering feed. Byron Tumbekis blocks it. Back to the high slot. Valaro, glove save for Dylan Ruz.
I think at this point in the game with 6:55, while you can't let up on the offensive pressure, I think I'd be fine if Manhasset just took a few more opportunities to just go to the red line, dump it in, play on the forecheck, and not necessarily look to stick handle really at all. Just turn around, find any shooting lane that you possibly can, get back on the defensive end when the puck is broken away.
Going forward off the draw. Backhand tried Duran. Couldn't get it to go. Duran trying to dangle through. Taking away Zoles. That shot's blocked by Theo Baltic. Sawitz off the boards. It's Soramakos. Soramakos. Inside out fake. Taking it to the cage. Doesn't get the shot off. Still with possession. Looking middle. And Zoles intercepts that one. Duran clears. Comes through for Baltic. Theo Baltic drops it off for Ari Sawitz. He'll take a bump, and it's chipped out by Duran. 2-on-2 rush. Duran cutting middle. Knocked to the ice by Kim. Great play there from Matthew Kim.
I think another important thing that if you are Manhasset, just avoid penalties. Obviously, sometimes you want to take them if they're competitive and to shut down a golden opportunity. But Valley Stream, they might get some momentum if they can get to a 5-on-4.
They're setting up the cycle there, and Soramakos couldn't find a lane. It's back with Sawitz, 3-on-2 to Soramakos. Soramakos opens up and shoots, rings the bar!
That's about it. It's about as long as a ping as you're going to get, Travis.
Center of the bar with that one. Zoles comes in and shoots, and Dylan Ruz will make the stop. And 5:28 to go in period 2. We're past the halfway point of the game. Want to thank you for joining us here on LI Sports Network. Travis Quigley with Kevin Broderick, Sam Musnick, Rowan Loddick, and Gabe Takuri. And we're excited to announce that we have our first player of the game sponsor, and we can't wait to give it out after the game tonight. We're going to show you what it looks like during intermission. We're not going to show you now, but I just wanted to tease it a little bit. As Druzes comes in looking for a chance, and it's poked away by Donahue.
You know, Travis, I've always been told I was pretty enough to model things, so here's my opportunity.
Exactly. 5'11" in game time, and Kev's going to model what we have for our players of the game going forward. We're excited to show it off. We're excited to announce that partnership, but Hockey continues here. Final 5 of period 2. 2-0 lead Manhasset as Cho will lead the rush. He'll swing it ahead. Cutting through the middle, Halpern. Halpern drops it off. It's Druzis. Druzis with a shot goes over the net. Might have been deflected on the way through. Dished ahead, Bassino. He'll put it into space. And Valaro's there. Tries to dangle around Wong. Couldn't beat him. Jaden Wong sees the ice, and he's going to take it. Wong carries wide. Will walk around the net, looking for that passing lane. Cutting back twice. Rolls up. Cross point. Mondiello opens up and shoots. It's blocked. Lawler stuck the leg out. Bassino clears. Druzis puts it back in. Offside called on Manhasset.
I love the play from Wong as he starts to walk up the near boards. He doesn't get over-aggressive because he saw 2 different Storm defenders there waiting for him. Instead, he cuts back down to the goal line and takes what's available to him. That's the biggest key. You got to take what's available to you. And additionally, if Wong continue to walk up the near boards, if he gets checked, if he loses that puck, Valley Stream is going to have numbers going towards the net. That's the last thing you want if you are Manhasset. So Wong, we've said a lot about him. He's playing a smart game. He's playing a controlled game.
Chance there, save Ruz. It squeaks behind him and ends up behind the net. Manhasset were right on top of that to clear, and now a stretch pass from Murray. Off his skate into the zone. He'll stop up, looking for a lane, quickly closed off by 2 members of the Storm. It's Zoles with possession. Looking for Steinberg. Pass was a little bit too high for him to handle. Malios, a quick cutback, being hounded right now. Moves it to Soramakos. Byron chips it ahead, and Dylan Grebin gets the stick knocked out of his hands, kicks it ahead for Murray. And a penalty going to be called here on Valley Stream. Power play coming up for Manhasset.
This is a must-have kill if you are Valley Stream. You're looking up at that clock. That's 3:22 left in the second period. I'm no mathematician, but that's 18:22 left in the game. And because of that, it's going to start getting late really, really early. And if you fall down 3-0, there might not be a way to come back, just factoring in the time.
So a 2-minute power play here with 3:22 to go. Up to the point, Kim down to a knee, trying to keep it. He does. It's Chris Soramakos. Couldn't keep the handle, and Frank Avila gets it out. Dylan Ruz will leave it as Matthew Kim starts the breakout. Naredu 2 for interference, knocking the stick out of the hands of Grebin. Soramakos goes cross ice to Baltic. Baltic leaves it off the wall for Sylvia. Sylvia trying to cut middle, hacked away, but Baltic's there. Baltic in the corner, puts it around to soft ice for Sylvia. Sylvia goes back to the corner. Frank Avila breaks it up. He's gonna have a chance to clear the zone, and he does. Foot race between Kim and Duran. Ruz gonna come out to play it. On the backhand, shovels it around. Steinberg beats Soramakos to the puck. Steinberg, he scored a shorthanded goal the other night against WSP that really turned the tide for his team as he goes over to Duran, and his one-time blast is a bit too high and wide. Less than a minute remaining on the power play as Baltic drops it for Soramakos. He'll carry into the zone. Trying to evade the pressure, a little head fake. Stops on the hash. It's Kim. High slot. That's deflected. Bouncing around. Frank Avila trying to clear. Another shot. Sylvia's blocked. Kim steps into one. And diving to get in the lane is Jack Lawler. Sylvia on the stick lift. Cuts back into the zone. He'll open up the hips. Fires it across. Elevates it a bit too much. Mondiello stops it with the skates. Keeps it in the zone. Sylvia with numbers. Opens up and shoots. That one hit the bar. Mondiello trying to go low. Steinberg got a touch. It stays with Mondiello. Naredu getting ready to come out of the box. Mondiello, little head fake, keeps it behind the net. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Naredu's out, goes to the bench. Valaro jumps on. Sylvia trying to keep possession here. He's run into by Lawler. Frank Avila with possession. He's got Duran springing. Can it get there? No. Jaden Wong kicks it down. Delayed offside on Manhasset. They must tag up as they're also in the midst of trying to make a line change. Still a delayed offside as we enter the final minute. Wong's going to step up again. That forces a turnover as Murray puts it deep. Lawler turning, can't clear. Weston knocks it down. Goal line, it's grabbing. Backdoor look. Donahue gets stuck in the net and knocks it off. 44 seconds left.
I don't think I've seen a net come more off its moorings than that. I mean, part of the apron is in the blue paint right now. So, I mean, that's just a completely new angle. And another thing I want to highlight, Travis, Durant had, want to say, a 2-minute plus shift right there.
He was out that whole penalty kill, yeah.
As a forward, that is brutal.
Yeah, he was out there for a long time. As the Storm win the face-off in the D zone, Bassino puts it back behind his own net. That's going to allow Murray to take possession for the Indians. Up top, Kim with a blast. It's blocked. Still skips to the net, shoveled wide. Pass comes back off the side of the cage. It's Manhasset who possess. Murray rolls the circle and shoots. That one knocked down. Rebound there. They score! Theo Baltic, 3-0 Indians.
I mean, this is just a scramble in the front of the net. A bit of a trip there. Not that it matters, and that shot does come off before the net's off its moorings. So everything is clean. Again, it's just the screen. Just so much in front. It's not possible to cover up or prevent a rebound there. That's what generates the goal.
And you see, Donahue battled to get across. He didn't give up on the play.
No, not at all.
But it just came down to it. Theo Baltic's buzzing down the slot there with nobody on him. Easy to put that one home if you're Baltic. He gets his first of the playoffs. Final 10 seconds. Manhasset want one more look. Sewanhaka splitting in. Lost the possession of it. Sylvia gets it back. One last try from Baltic. No, time will expire. 3-0 lead for Manhasset after 2 periods of play. And as I mentioned, we were going to tease it. Kev's modeling it right now. So proud to announce our partnership with Clean Hit Athletics, providing us and the players with Player of the Game towels. You got it upside down right now, Kev, so I don't think you're being a good model at this stage.
I'm rotating it all around.
But
all angles.
After each game, our Players of the Game will be receiving one of these. Wipe the sweat off, keep it in the bag, clear the snow off the skates. Got to give a huge shout out to Clean Hit Athletics for producing these towels, dishing them over to us, including our LISN logo on it. They're making some great products over at Clean Hit, so make sure you give them a follow on their social medias. Check out what they have going, and we're going to have plenty more in-store coming between LISN and Clean Hit Athletics. But like I said, wanted to tease that towel a bit, Kev.
Works great on your computer as well.
Yeah, you've been getting some good use out of it so far here, man. Like
I as soon as our producer threw it up to me, I right over to the screen. Listen, I was at school. I had a friend. I had a little cleaning thing for my screen. He took it. He threw it. Landed on top of a vent. I haven't been able to get it back since then. So now that's going to replace it.
Well, I think we have to give it out after the game. I don't think you get to keep that.
I'll find a way, Travis.
3-0 for Manhasset after 2 periods. Kevin, what was your analysis there in the second? Let's start with Valley Stream.
I mean, listen, the start of the second period was so promising, and then it just fell apart a little bit. I was talking a lot about at the start of the second how the ice is opening up and chances are going to either side. The reason I like that for Valley Stream is the fact that you're trailing and the fact that you were getting no chances in the start of the first. So in theory, I guess that's a bit better, but then it still bites you anyways because 2 goals are ended up scoring for Manhasset, again because the ice was so wide open. And now that you're looking at it, you're going to have to do a lot of work in the next 15 minutes, starting off specifically in the next 5. I want to see one in the next 5 for Valley Stream to start believing. The last thing I want to say, Travis, is all of these goals, it's not like they're easy working. You have a power play goal essentially in everything but the name to start off the game. And then you have 2 goals that are primarily created through screens and rebounds. That's what you're talking about for Manhasset. That's playoff hockey. Valley Stream, they need to match a little bit of that. Most of their opportunities are off the rush. You're not going to get a clean rush chance against this team.
Yeah, and the third period's underway here. Like I said, you're not going to get too many clean looks off Manhasset. So when you do, you got to take advantage of those opportunities. And it's Manhasset who win the draw to start the third and dump it in, get right on the attack. Sylvia's knocked to the ice, and here's one of those opportunities. 2-on-1, Duran and Steinberg. Duran for Steinberg, pass out of reach. He had to put some mustard on it to avoid the stick of Wong. Back for Durant, backhand try, save made, Dylan Ruz. So it's back ahead, 2-on-2. Trying to get outside on Francavilla, hits Sylvia, and it's taken by Steinberg on the back check. Steinberg goes ahead for Francavilla. Francavilla cutting in wide. Chris Soromakos on the stick check. Francavilla keeps battling, moves it ahead. Duran walks middle and shoots. Ruz trying to cover it up. He does.
I just want to see more players getting out in front of the net for Valley Stream. You know, for a second, Duran was dodging down low and was below the goal line, trying to maybe set up something like a player would in lacrosse, and you call it the X position. I do understand that, though, because Durant, to some extent, he has to say, I'm out on the ice so much because I give my team these good opportunities. I can't be punishing myself on every single shift.
Steinberg off the face-off save, Ruz, and he has to paddle it behind the net.
Those are the exact opportunities that number 74 creates.
Duran trying to roll to the middle of the ice. A lot of pressure on. He's knocked down, and Halpern will skate it out. It was a good play from Cho right there. Halpern takes the poke check. Comes down the boards. Manhasset force it low again, and Steinberg will cut the net and wheel. Steinberg, a lot of pace right now. Cutting to the middle. Couldn't settle it. No shot. Cycles it in. Halpern will slow the game a bit. Looking for Cho, skipped it. Zoles let it go, but no traffic. Dylan Ruz, clean glove save there.
That's going to bring up another draw, which Manhasset has been so dominant on. So, it's so relaxing as a goalie when you can just say, do I cover this? Do I not cover this? And the answer every time is, I cover this. If it's never a thought because your team is that good in the face-off dot, again, it's just so relaxing.
You talk about how well Manhasset's played in all three zones. Only 11 shots they've given up here tonight.
Yeah, double that on the other side. They've taken 22.
Cycled in, Belletta takes a bump from Kim, which knocks the puck free. And now a stretch pass. Great read there from Nick Bone as Grebin was springing, looking for that breakaway. He'll get it at the red line now, has a one-on-one chance, turns to a 2-on-2 with Murray joining late. That shot to the net will skip wide.
Now look at Manhasset play. They're trying to get, another
Deflected
one.
On the shot from Kim. Murray trying to poke it in, and Pat Donahue covers it up.
I was literally about to say, they're looking for a tip or a screen on every single shot. And I mean that literally, every single shot. They'll wait for the screens to get set up, even if the shooting lane is better the first time. They just want something with the screen.
And one of the things about this Manhasset team is they're a bit old school.
Oh yeah.
You know, you look at how hockey's played today, how a lot of teams are built, and they're all built based on skill and speed. These guys are built on speed and just relentless work ethic.
Yeah. You know, and it's the skill of the players on top of that. You know, when they get into those moments, that's when it shines. You know, obviously a lot of people have been watching Florida Panthers hockey recently because, well, I mean, they're back-to-back Stanley Cup champions. You kind of have to. I would really say it's a lot like that.
Valaro's shot gets blocked.
Hold the rest of that thought for a second.
Dylan Grebin, he's buzzing in. He's going to take one. It's blocked, gets it back, but fanned on the second try. Rush spins it up the boards. Kim again holds the zone. Hunter Rush steps up on him, puts it off the boards, and Murray takes it away. Callum Murray circling around. Murray shoots, save made. And we're going to get a stoppage here. Net came off.
I love that the stoppage comes there because this is a great example for my point. It's physical, old-school hockey like you were talking about, Travis, but then in the moment you give them a bit of space, they let their skills shine. It reminds me so much of the Panthers because they have that exact same style. They have big guys, they have physical guys that get in on the forecheck, but when you give a player like Matthew Tkachuk a second to make a decision and you to use his skill, he absolutely will burn you with it. It's kind of the same thing here with Manhasset. And to back it up, they have some huge forwards to apply that forecheck.
100%. That one's pushed ahead, and offside going to be called on Manhasset.
Got to give them the coaching staff a lot of credit, but still the one thing you can't teach is how to be 6'2" and 200 pounds.
Yeah. Going forward off the faceoff, Soromakos kicks it outside. Sylvia goes and shoots. He scores! Jake Sylvia, top cheddar, 4-0 Manhasset.
Get the replay here. Sylvia, let's check the boxes. Big player, yes. Physical player, yes. Skilled player, yes. Roops it into the top right corner. That's everything you want out of your first line center right there. That's why Manhasset is so dangerous. And again, first line leading by example. Get onto the board here in the third period. It's 4-0 in favor of Manhasset.
That's an incredible shot as McIntyre puts it towards the cage, kicked away by Donahue. McIntyre in playing the body there. Duran had it poked away. Taken right back though by Bone. Bone goes across. Steinberg puts it off the board. It'll be jumped by Mondiello. Mondiello cuts in wide. Trying to avoid a check, pinched against the wall. McIntyre in to scoop it. Falls down and is taken back by Valley Stream. Zoles hard off the boards. Would have been an icing, got some help, came off the linesman there. Dangling into the zone, it's Bone. Drops it to Zoles. Puts it behind the net of Ruz. Mondiello first to touch. Cycles it around. It's Jaden Wong. Adelman cutting through the middle of the ice. Moves it outside. Tumbekis. Tumbekis going to the slot. McIntyre knocked down, couldn't get a shot off. As Bone will take the puck and looks to clear. Again, a lot of pressure on. It's Tumbekis who steals it. Tumbekis to the cage. Donahue, right pad stop. Adelman back for Wong. That chance is blocked, and out comes Duran. 3-on-2 for Valley Stream. Duran leaves it for Steinberg. Around Mondiello. Steinberg for Duran. Dylan Ruz! Glove save and a beauty!
Clip that for Ruz. That's just a glove robbery right there on the doorstep. This is where I thought Valley Stream were going to find their first, but nope. As far extended as you could possibly be. Diving forward as well, Travis, to cut off the angle. That's about as well as you can teach that play.
What an awesome glove save right there from Dylan Ruz. As it comes out to Druzis, he'll dump it in. Out to the slot again. Druzis couldn't put it at the net. Back out Valley Stream. 3-on-2 once more. Villaro drops it. Iosa shot. Blocker saved by Ruz. Up to the point. Over the stick of Francavilla. As Halpern got a piece of that one. Comes into neutral ice. Halpern trying to take it away. Iosa in to help Villaro. Tied up with Cho. Villaro in. Halpern on the stick lift. We got a penalty called here on Manhasset. High stick on Evan Cho. And Valley Stream will go on the power play. 9:32 remaining in regulation. It's a 4-0 lead. Chance for the Storm to get on the board and slowly start climbing back here, Kevin. Game's not over yet.
No, game is not over, but they need quick tallies. That's what they need. You know, we've definitely seen that in the playoffs. Trav, you saw it yesterday over in Suffolk. You saw some quick back-to-back goals scored. I believe Max Ledzinski was the one who had a pair of back-to-back goals, and his team ended up winning in overtime. So you never know. You never know in the playoffs.
No, you do not. You don't stop until the final buzzer goes. As it pops up, Francavilla one-time try, glove save for Ruz.
I mean, Ruz might know. The way he's playing, he might know because he's locking everything up. Modern goaltenders, the thing you talk about the most is rebound control. How well can you find those rebounds? How well can you fight through screens? Fortunately for Ruz, he hasn't had to deal with the second part of that because his team has been so physical in front of the net and clearing everything out. But he's done his part because there hasn't been a single rebound.
Yeah, he's been great tonight. As a weak side wrap from Baltic after the face-off win for Manhasset. They can't clear the zone. Comes back to Baltic, and now he'll send it down. Valley Stream need these three forwards to get going here. Duran, Zoles, Steinberg. It's Zoles who's going to carry it. Grebin couldn't knock it away from him. Played back across to Duran, trying to poke it past Baltic, and he'll slow it down. Grebin, his dump was stopped by Francavilla. Moves it for Zoles. Zoll's across off the stick of Kim. Francavilla will carry into the zone. And Grebin gets a piece on it up into the netting out of play. 1:06 remaining on the penalty to Cho. And 8:38 remaining in regulation. 4-0 lead for Manhasset.
It's the only period so far this game that Valley Stream have outshot Manhasset. Obviously still plenty of time to play, and part of that is because of the 5-on-4 you see in front of you. It still doesn't matter because Manhasset are having their way.
Grebin gets the puck, and he's going to go ahead shorthanded 1-on-1. Grebin with a shot, sticked away. Trying to put it back in front, nothing there. Stretch pass, stopped up by Weston, he'll dump it in. Duran, and there's a collision at the blue line. A penalty is going to be called here on Francavilla for interference. He was trying to cut across and got in the lane of the Manhasset defender.
Manhasset's trying to plead their case that he was forced into that the contact wasn't started by him, but it was just finished.
Or pardon me, it was actually called on Sylvia.
Oh, sorry, Trav. I didn't listen well enough to what you said.
Oh, I thought it was called on Valley Stream because the whistle came with their possession.
No, it came on Sylvia because they technically would have been offsides because there was a player down on the blue line, so that's why the whistle came through. Sylvia suffering a little bit from his own size right now.
So it's 5-on-3 now for the next 30 seconds, 8:02 remaining in regulation. Valley Stream going to call their timeout. Kev, what do you think they're going over here?
It just has to be strategy off the draw. You know, what do you want to set up? What's your best look? Because, listen, everyone draws up 5-on-3 plays. Everyone has to. No reason not to use your best one right now. It's 8:02 on the clock in the third period. You're down 4-0. You lose here, your season's done. You know, so you got to just go to everything that you have in your back pocket.
So we're getting ready to come out of this timeout. 5-on-3 for 30 seconds.
Ruz is going to be crucial here. Again, he'll shut down any puck that comes on. Set up another face-off.
Francavilla going to roll middle. He has a lane to shoot. Hits Hunter Rush in front of the net. He'll get the puck back. Trying to find that passing lane. Duran high slot. Stick save by Ruz. Cho out of the box in 12. A high flip. Zoll stops it with the skate to keep it, but Soramakos clears, and Soramakos almost off on a breakaway.
But that does it for the 5-on-3.
Cho out 5-on-4 now here. As he'll head to the bench, Ari Sawitz jumps on. 7:25 remaining in regulation. Here comes Steinberg. Steinberg carrying wide. He'll walk it around. It's Steinberg. For Zolls, looking through the seam. That's blocked. Steinberg over. Francavilla. Saved by Ruz. Soramakos collects the rebound. Puts it off the wall, not out. Zolls to the net, but wide. Final minute of the power play. It's Francavilla to Steinberg. He lets it go through his legs. And that's going to come out to neutral ice. Ari Sawitz feathers a pass to Soramakos, opens up and shoots. And Donahue takes the whistle. Puck squeaked free at the last second, but refs lost sight of it. And now some extra pushing and shoving here.
Travis, obviously I don't have a golden memory, but I believe that was the first rebound that Dylan Ruz gave up of the game. The reason I want to point it out is it happened because of a screen in front. I know I sound like a broken record, but that truly is what allowed them to get the opportunity provided by Hunter Rush, who definitely is the biggest player that Valley Stream have at their disposal. That's why he's in front of the net. but I just love to see more of that. Again, you never know what's going to happen in the 647. You can feel good as a Manhasset fan watching right now, but I don't think anyone's going to be tuning out just yet.
No, still plenty of hockey to be played here. Power play continues at Sewanhaka, who possesses. Put the puck off the wall. Francavilla carries it over the blue line. Flips it ahead. Ruz had some trouble, but
he got
eventually able to cover it up.
He got it.
No problem there.
No harm, no foul right there.
Yep, that's it. That is it.
I always wonder if goalies have a shorter-term memory than the average human, just so they can forget about small mistakes like that, or at least if that would benefit them. I'm no scientist, Travis. I couldn't tell you.
No. Won by the Storm. Zoles turns it to the net. Ruz with the stop. Campbell put it to the corner. Looks to backhand it out. Taken away and cleared. Jake Sylvia getting ready to return. One final rush on the power play here. Long pass to Steinberg. He's able to deflect it into the zone to negate the icing, but Sylvia returns, and it's 5-on-5 once again. Taken away, Francavilla trying to find a shot, unable to, and Murray off the bench clears the zone. Dished ahead, Steinberg back for Francavilla. For Duran, he was lined up there by Malios. Poked ahead, Murray. Swooping back to collect, it's Grebin. Hits Murray on the tape. Murray into the zone, looking wide on Steinberg. Nothing there for him. Back with Murray. Overhandled it just briefly. That allows Duran to swoop in and take possession. 5.5 to go. Duran cutting middle. Zoles. That angle shot over the head of Ruz. Grebin pokes it right off the stick of Steinberg, and he's flying, dangling through. That one is stopped with the glove by Pat Donahue.
A mission accomplished, though, that you get an offensive zone draw now. You get a line change on top of it. That's exactly what you want if you're Manhasset.
And he was gassed, too, by the end of that one.
Yeah.
So get it to the net, get the whistle.
He was holding his hand as well. Might have taken a little bit of a hit on his wrist. Go over to the bench for a second. Breathe in and out of the pain.
Sewanhaka cycles it down. That's Byron, number 43. Halpern for Cho. Cho, back to Halpern. Lara walking in, poked away from him. It's Cho who has it again, swings it over. Halpern dumps the puck in.
No, it's early trap, but you got to start thinking about pulling your goaltender at some point if you're Valley Stream.
That shot's blocked. It's Halpern back with it. Returns it to the point for Sewanhaka. Puts it down the boards. Comes all the way around to Cho. He tries to go up from Malios. Poked past him. And Bassino's off to the races. Balletta trying to join him. Bassino working middle. And Byron Sewanhaka sticks it away. And now he'll lead the rush. Dishes to Cho. Cho over the blue, offside is called. That last move at the line.
Yeah, I'm thinking next time you get the puck into the offensive end that you're pulling the goalie here for Valley Stream. 4:08 and you need 4 tallies. That's a goal per minute. That's math I can do.
Yes, that is. That's good quick math, Kevin. Reminder, we got another quarterfinal game coming up next. Number 4, Syosset. Number 5, Half Hollow Hills. Adelman from the half wall, sticked away Donahue, kisses off the top of the glass and stays in the rink. Iosa takes a bump down low. McIntyre and Rush come together. It's Adelman. Forced off his stick. It's with Iosa once more. Up the wall with it. And it comes out with Wong. Jaden Wong circling, moves it to Tumbekis. They'll put the puck in deep. Turnover, chance, Adelman denied by Donahue. Pops back to Tumbekis, that shot's blocked. Tumbekis stops up, looking back door. Still kicking around, Tumbekis turns and shoots off the wall, save Donahue, another save Donahue, rebound, they score! Make it 5 for Manhasset. They're running to the semifinals.
That's how you close a game right there. Plenty of traffic out in front of the net. 3 bodies in the blue paint, pushing and shoving all around, but the rebound is found by Manhasset and buried. So now you get the in-tight angle right there. One shot, a save made by Donahue, but just not able to cover up. I believe that's the 4th opportunity on the sequence to get the goal.
And that one certainly, at this stage, Kevin, you got to think is the dagger. 5-0 lead over Valley Stream. Manhasset did the double on them in the regular season and are going to look to close this one out inside the final 3 minutes now and punch their ticket. The first team to punch their ticket to Friday's semifinals in Long Beach.
Yeah, listen, I don't think that I would want to face against this team if I was one of the higher seeds. I mean, they just play a style of game that nothing's going to come easy. Even if you win the game, you're going to be bruised going into the finals.
Cho's shot smothered by Donahue on that one. 2.5 remaining as the Indians look to shut this thing down. Storm going to keep battling until the end, as that one's one into the slot. Around, Cho gets on Iosa. Druzis back at the top of the circle, kick save. Cho, quick cutback move. Up to the point for Kim. Kim with a shot, that deflects just wide of the net. Halpern around into the slot once more, looking for Druzis, but he's tied up. Still a stick battle there. It pops out. Baltic couldn't keep the zone. Francavilla out with it. They'll cut inside, then back out. Baltic trying to stay on him. They'll curl back, and Druzis on the back check plays a big hit there. Cho with a little head fake. Offside.
There's a little miscommunication there, but Travis, I feel like the last 5 minutes of this game have been played in the offensive end for Manhasset. You want to talk about closing out a game? That's exactly how you do it.
They've really shut things down here. Valley Stream will win the face-off. Like we talked about, they play that stingy style. They don't give up a ton of opportunities. And they're not known for scoring. They're known for keeping pucks out of their net, which they've done tonight. But they've put up 5, and as I said, you never really know who's going to score for them, but someone's finding the back of the cage. Now the test for them. They've played close games against Belmore, Long Beach, Syosset throughout the regular season. It's going to come when we get to that semifinal round. What have they learned from those regular season matchups? And can they come out victorious in the semifinals, book their first ticket to the championship series in a couple years here? As that one's chipped out, and again, we're inside the final minute of the third.
I mean, listen, upsets are bound to happen. It's just the question of, are you the one to pull them off?
Valios hits Adelman. Stick lift takes it away. Chance there. Adelman hits the outside of the net. 22 seconds remaining. McIntyre floats it around. We got a penalty called here. 13 seconds left.
Should just be one more face-off for Manhasset to seal this one.
Looks like Lawler's being taken to the box here.
Not a crazy penalty, just the holding. Obviously, you always love to see the discipline to not do anything crazy.
Well, now he's being shown the exit door.
Identically was done for the rest of the game anyways.
Well, doesn't make it to the handshake line. He'll be escorted to the locker room. And again, 13 seconds left here. As Kevin said, this faceoff really just ceremonial at this point. It's flipped out to neutral ice. Malios will take it. He skates back in on side, but just flips it low. And Manhasset, for the second straight season, Kev, are going to punch their ticket to the semifinals. They're the first team in the NYIHSL to do it, and they will be awaiting to see who their opponent is Friday night down in Long Beach.
It's such an exciting time for Manhasset. Any club that goes to back-to-back semifinals has a whole heap of talent to help them get there. You have to be proud of that accomplishment, but like you said, the fact that you are back-to-back and you haven't made a final just makes you that much more hungry to get a second win in the playoffs and get to that finals. You're going to have to go through someone good in order to get there. You're going to have to end someone else's season in order to get there, but I think this team has it in them to do that.
Got to tip your cap to Valley Stream. They had a good regular season. They were able to win the play-in game to secure that they will be back in the VC1 next season. Obviously not the result that they wanted here tonight, but I do think that they have a lot that they can build upon. Some young guys that will learn from this experience and help carry the program forward.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more.
So Manhasset picking up the 5-0 victory tonight. And again, just top to bottom, dominance from them in this one as they got help. Like you said, as I said, 1 through 4, top pair to bottom pair. Their netminder, Dylan Ruz, stopped everything. 17 shots, 17 saves for Dylan Ruz here tonight as he secures a playoff shutout for himself. And again, Manhasset going to the semifinals on Long Beach, first team to do it, so I'm sure they're going to be tuning into LISN, watching the next 3 games to see who joins them there. But you can't say enough good things about their performance in this one.
No, I mean, it's obvious anytime you have a 5-0 playoff win, you were clearly the better team. They outchanced Valley Stream. The game got away from them a little bit. I'm sure they'll talk about that in review. But, again, getting those opportunities to just refine yourself before you play someone who's really just going to bring it to you every single minute of the game. Can't ask for anything more for this team.
Yeah, it's a solid win for Manhasset in this one. And stick with us here post-game as we've got our clean hit player of the game interview coming up next. We're live post-game, our clean hit player of the game interview. And we got 2 POGs tonight, 17 saves on the night, picking up the shutout, Dylan Ruz. And the game-winning goal way back in the first period with the bar down snipe, Jaden Wong. Boys, first off, congratulations on being the first team to punch your ticket to the semifinals. Dylan, I want to start with you, man. I talked to you last year, and I know you said a lot. You guys were fired up. You wanted to be the first VC2 team to win. Now you guys had a really successful VC1 season. You win in the quarterfinals again. How do you come back this season and win in the semis?
Well, you know, I think this year we really had our ups and downs. Conference 1, definitely some tougher competition, but I think the boys were really feeling it out there tonight. You know, 5-0, pretty dominant win. So we'll see what happens, but we got a really good group this year. Everyone's feeling good, and, you know, playoff set puck is just something else, so it's just going to be like that.
And Jaden, I'm going to come over to you, man. You got the scoring starter for the boys, and You were displaying a lot of skill, a lot of your skating ability tonight. Just talk about what led to your individual success and talk about what you think led to the team success here tonight in this one.
Yeah, I feel like last game against HFO is a tough loss for us, but this is a huge bounce back game for us. And just in the locker room, we talk about it, fighting for the seniors.
You always want to get it done. You guys, I see it. You have a lot of pride in the program, a lot of pride in your teammates, and you want to win for your seniors, like you just said. So, Jaden, staying with you, what do you think you're going to have to take from this game over into Friday night to ensure your success and punch that ticket to the finals?
I think for sure the two major things we need are effort and positive energy on the bench.
And Dylan, what about you, man? What do you think?
I think what Jaden said was great. Just playing together, being a family on the bench, not getting too low, and just coming out, giving it all every shift.
Our two player of the games tonight, Jaden Wong with a goal and an assist, the GWG in this one. Dylan Ruz, 17 saves and the shutout as Manhasset secure victory over Valley Stream. They're the first team to punch their ticket to the semifinals. We got one more quarterfinal game tonight, Half Hollow Hills and Syosset coming up next on LISN. Once again, our clean hit players of the game, Jaden Wong and Dylan Ruz from Set Puck.